Hey everybody, howdy y'all. Welcome to Friday evening. Yes, the weekend is within touching distance. Oh, I can almost smell it. We are looking forward to the, actually, I feel a bit bad now because the boys in the gallery just going, oh, we're working the weekend. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but George is in Saturday, Sunday. Johnny's in Sunday. We're off though. It's Friday, yeah. It's Saturday, Sunday. Whoop. It's Friday, yeah. It's Saturday, Sunday. Whoop. Whoop. Anyway, welcome to the ever profesh Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby, and welcome to Launch Day. Yes, we've got a brand new launch for you, which we will discuss in just a few moments' time. I must just mention that we do, of course, have the 5th day of Love to Craft. So we've got some amazing deals on the website right now. It's the yellow stickered items that you're looking out for. The majority of, well, all of today's deals will be in the Shop the Day page. Yellow stickered items mean you get your discount plus a further 15% discount, plus your Club Inspired discount as well. So it's kind of like 3 discounts today, which is amazing. But there's loads of other yellow stickered items that you can pick up, which we've had right throughout this week. And don't forget, the Love to Craft event does not end tonight. It carries on tomorrow. Michelle is going to be here tomorrow, and Corin is here on Sunday. So lots of reasons to stay with us and watch right across the weekend as well. Also on the website, before we get started, I must just mention that it's Fiver Friday. There are loads, not as many deals as we had because lots have sold out, but lots of great £5, $5 deals for you, which you can pick up. The section is on the homepage of the website. Give it a little click and add those deals into your basket. There are some sensational deals today. But we are all here, of course, for the brand new launch of the 3D embossing folder and nesting die collection. Proved very popular on a little sneaky preview that we had earlier on Wake Up Call, but now is the official launch. Before we kind of look through everything that you're going to get, let's say hello to the lady who's going to be demoing them and also take a look at some beautiful finished samples. We've had an absolutely wonderful day today. Love it when we have a Leann day, and well, can I just say what an absolute joy it has been today. How much fun and how much we've learnt from you today has just been immeasurable.
Oh, well, thank you, Ben. I mean, if nothing else, we've done the Kung Fui, and so that has to go down in history, doesn't it? Kung Fui.
I've already clipped that for my wrap-up, which will be going live tomorrow.
I'm so excited to see that. That's going to make, I've made it. I always feel like I've achieved when I appear on the wrap-up. I feel like I've done a good job.
Yes, yes.
Of making people laugh. Maybe not a good job of what I should be doing, but well, you know.
Let me just say, you've done a great job of both today. You've made us laugh, and you've also inspired us with all of your great demos and hints and tips. And what a great brand new collection this is as well, isn't it?
It is. I was away. I was just in. That was like a delay, wasn't it?
It was.
You know, when it was like a 3-second delay. I was away thinking of what I'm going to have for my tea.
And that bucket of wine.
And that bucket of wine. I'm a bit hungry. So message in, and I've just had a packet of scampi fries. It wasn't enough to put me off.
No.
Message and let us know what you're having for your tea tonight.
Oh, yes.
Or for your lunch, if it's lunchtime, or what you're planning to have for supper tonight. I'm interested. I like to know what people are having for their dinner. Do you not?
Oh, absolutely right. Yeah, what? Yeah. I've already been told what I'm having for dinner.
Have you what you're having?
I'm having Thai curry.
Green or red?
It will be green. What's the difference? I mean, apart from one's red and one's green.
So green curry paste is made with a coriander base.
Oh, that's what we have.
And red curry base is made with a pepper base.
Okay. I've even apparently, I've been told that I've got some beer as well waiting for me. So. So that'll be all right. Friday night, beers and curry. So that'll be marvellous.
Nice.
What are you having for your tea or your breakfast? And also, what's in your bucket tonight? Sarah, what are you having at 5 a.m. in Melbourne? Have you stayed up through the night? Let us know. Anyway, talk us around this amazing collection. Sorry, onto it.
I will absolutely do that. Now, this collection, this new launch is absolutely fabulous, Ben. I love them because you get, and I've been using this one, so my dies are all in the bottom of the packet, so bear with me while I get them out. But you get an embossing folder, a 3D embossing folder with the most beautiful design on it, and we'll have a look at them in detail in a second. And then a full set of nesting dies, which work in the aperture. And what that does is allow you to create results like this, because the largest die is the perfect size to cut the aperture for the folder.
Yeah.
And then you can nest all of those other dies to get that dimension for your sentiment. So this is the perfect example of why we've designed this range like this. Now that's because I absolutely love a card like this. They're my favourite. And I've got a range of folders that I've been collecting for years. I've got lots of dies I've been collecting for years. Whenever I want to do this, I have to do it with a craft knife.
Yeah.
Because the dies and the folders weren't made to work together, and so the spaces and the apertures are all wrong. And I've always wanted to be able to do this, but do it nice and cleanly without having to get a craft knife out, because it's difficult with a craft knife to get a lovely smooth edge. For me it is. I'm not very good with it. So that's what they'll do for you. And of course, because we always make the most flexibility in all we do, you can apply that technique to many different ways of using them. So use them on the lids of gift boxes, you can see there. Do them with your shakers inside.
Great.
Make your little shaker apertures if you want to. You can just do some lovely inking. And here you can see where we haven't cut the aperture, but we have laid up all of the toppers so that you've got that kind of pyramage look coming out from the front. Here's another example. This, I adore this, I have to say. Look at that lovely subtle watercolour with the gilding in the background, and then that shaker element in the middle with a little bit of acetate. Absolutely glorious. Just some regular cards. Just don't do very much to it. Put on some pattern paper, bit of gilding wax if that's what you want. Use your pattern papers and make a topper to go with. It really does coordinate lovely.
Nice on the landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it simple if that's what you want to do. Use your other embellishments that you've got. So maybe just have part of it showing, like you've got there with your foam flowers. And do, you know, when I was saying about going extra with your gilding wax.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Look, extra with the gilding wax. How
that's like a gold bar.
It looks like gold. It looks like
it does.
Sculpted gold. It's absolutely incredible. Look, and there's so many more different techniques you can do with these. You will absolutely adore them, and you will keep using them time after time because they work with all of the things that you've been collecting for years, all of your inks and pens and waxes, and all of your patterned papers and your little sentiments that you want to put in the middle, your foam flowers. You've seen that as a shaker element. You're going to get so much use out of them because they're versatile and can be used with so many different things that you've already got at home.
Yeah, and like we discussed earlier on, and you'll see over the course of the show today, there's so many different things that you can do with these as well. I'll say a few of those in just a second. I do just want to show you the designs that you're going to get within this set, and then I'll explain the different deals that you've got here, because we've got the brand new bundle, but also a showstopper collection as well. I'll explain that showstopper collection in just a second. But look at these. They are absolutely stunning. 6x4 is the size of your 3D embossing folder. And again, do you know what I love about these the most? And it's like what Leann was just touching on, is that using their simplest form, they're still going to create the most stunning, amazing cards, which make you look like an absolute professional. And this is what I mean here. You know, just embossing it, a little bit of matting and layering, adding some ink, and then cutting your dies there, layering those up, adding a little sentiment in there. That's a really nice card. Really, really nice card. Looks the absolute business. Very, very simple to achieve. And that's why you guys are going to absolutely love these, whether you're a beginner card maker or whether you've been crafting, you know, for years and years and years. It's such a versatile set. Once again, if you just want to use the embossing folder on its own, fabulous. If you just want to take these nesting dies and use these individually themselves, amazing. As you saw a few moments ago, you know, multi-cut these, layer these up to create that pyramage effect, or again, use these to create the aperture and make shaker cards. Use these to create multiple apertures and create like that invertage effect with these as well. They are so craftable, and so much that you can do with them. Whether you're going on the portrait, they look amazing, as you saw with a few of those cards as well. Look, landscape still look absolutely brilliant as well. Honestly, for quick, professional looking cards, you cannot beat this collection. They're just going to create the most beautiful cards. And again, you know, in white cardstock here, look beautiful with a little bit of your ink there, but think how beautiful again these will look when you're using them onto your darker cardstock, using some of your gilding waxes, which we've got available for you today with discounts of 25%. Those four designs you're going to get, so you've got the diamond, you've got the square, the rectangle, and then that gorgeous oval as well. You get all of the folders, and they each come with their set of nesting dies as well, which work, of course, beautifully together. Now, that's the brand new set which everyone is going for today. However, everyone is not just going for the new collection. They're going for this, which is the showstopper collection, which you're seeing, where you get all of the four brand new collections that we've just shown you here, but you're going to get more, because what we like to try and give you a little bit more for your money, and we like to pop in items that we know that you absolutely love using in conjunction with the new items. So we're going to give you the vintage butterflies gilding flakes collection. We're also going to give you one of our water reactive ink pads, which is the smoke plume, and then you're going to get the round blending tool with replacement head as well. That little mini bundle there, which we're tagging on to the showstopper, should cost you an extra £16 or $21. However, all you're going to be paying is an extra £5, okay? So £5 or $5 to get that extra in the bundle, and that's why everyone's going for this bundle. We launched it this morning. When we left Wake Up Call, we were heading towards a quarter of the stock gone. We're now at 40%. All right, so if you want the showstopper, the majority of people going for it, you need to be picking this up. Always busy on a Friday night. Loads of you have been loving the launches, and the showstoppers have been so successful over the last couple of weeks. This is what you've got to keep an eye on, because we've got a bigger stock of the embossing folders on their own. We only have a limited stock of the showstoppers. We only put together a smaller amount of those. So if you like the showstopper, just beware that 40% has gone and more will continue to go. It's a great price as well tonight for a brand new launch. You know, we're not asking you to spend hundreds of pounds this evening, just $32.77 if you're platinum, $41.30 gets you all of that and gets you so much craftability as far as I'm concerned. Let's read a few comments out. We've got Chloe on the socials tonight. Hey Chloe, and hey, oh, there's loads of you in tonight. So many of you watching already. Let's say hello to Eve B, who's in from Missouri, and Mo2, who says hello, hello. Hello, hello. I got the afternoon off, so here I am to see some hopefully happy crafters. Always. Ben, Leanne and Chloe, this Philly girl is ready for her... What is that a picture of? Ready for her... Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, you're talking about the Super Bowl. Eagles.
Oh.
It's the Eagles, isn't it? Eagles against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
The only Eagles I know are Hotel California.
Woke up to the Hotel California. Who's cheering on who this weekend? Also, let us know in the socials. Who's cheering on? Who's go Eagles? Who's go Chiefs? I did have a look. I mean, I don't bet, but just out of interest,
Is it a big?
It's the Super Bowl.
What's
Super Bowl
that?
final.
Is that countrywide?
Yeah, so it's like is it the NFL and the AFL, and they all like battle it out, don't they? And then eventually come down to the two teams.
Ooh.
So it's Philadelphia Eagles against the Kansas City Chiefs.
So which camp are you in?
Well, I don't.
So I'm gonna say because I've been to Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I really loved the city.
Yeah.
And I want to go back. I'm going to say I'm Team Philadelphia.
Eagles.
I'm Team Eagles.
And I will say, only because, so obviously you guys know that I love my rugby union, and the team I support here are called the Exeter Chiefs. So I think I've got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, just for the fact that they're the Chiefs.
But then I do love the movie Calamity Jane.
Ah.
And she gets back from the Windy City, doesn't she?
She does.
So I'm going to say I'm still Team Eagles, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll stick on Team Chiefs. Go Kansas.
Yeah.
Good luck to both sides. The Eagles are favourites, apparently.
Oh, I might put. Can I put a little 50 pence on?
I'm sure Johnny will do that for you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yep. Thank
you.
Let us know who you're supporting in the Super Bowl. Hi, everyone from Minnesota, says Mary Beth Doyle. Kara's in from Plymouth, my neck of the woods. Tracy Bollinger's in from Maryland. Monica's in from Cluj-Napoca in Transylvania. Olga's with us saying, hello, crafty peeps. Transylvania. We are truly international. Lynn's in from the Isle of Wight. A few more, and then we'll crack on. There's so many. Appreciate all these comments. Thank you. Hi from Arkansas, says Carletta. Denise says, Virginia is here. Sorry, I'm just laughing because Johnny's just done a Transylvanian joke. Monica can't wait to get her teeth into these deals. They're fantastic deals tonight.
I mean, if her wings are like a shield of steel, we're just all... Backthink.
Your bullets cannot harm me. My wings are like a shield of steel. Good evening, everyone. Says Charlotte. I've been watching the Temperite library videos all afternoon, but we're having a couple of cards after the show. Thank you, Leanne, for all your hard work on the videos. Roseanne is in from Massachusetts. Hello. Roseanne Baker's in from Colorado. So excited to see these new 3D folders. And then we'll talk about what you're eating in just a second, because I can see that once we get into a demo. First question of the night, before we get into the demo, Mary says, can you run these through the MIDI?
Yes.
Yes, there we go. Absolutely you can. I'll tell you what, let's get on with the demos and then we'll talk about your food in just a second.
Okay,
and who
we'll
you're
talk about
supporting
dinner.
for the Super Bowl.
Okay, great. So first things first, when you get your die and folder set, what I want you to create is a little map for yourself, a little template.
Yes.
So you'll take your folder and you've got your dies, that comes in your package. And the first thing you need to do, which will then live in your package forever or live inside your folder forever, is create yourself a little cutting template.
Okay.
Now, the reason for that is, if you emboss first and then cut, so let's say you want to create a frame like this, embossed and cut. If you emboss and then cut, when you cut, you'll flatten the emboss.
Squash the emboss, yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get that really fabulous result. So what you need to do is the opposite, cut, then emboss. So I'm going to show you how to create yourself a little template. So first things you need to do is take your folder and a piece of card, which is the exact size of your folder.
Okay.
And we're just going to run that through. Now, because this is a 3D folder, we just need one clear, one magnetic, one frosted plate, because that's the sandwich we use in the Gemini with our 3D folders.
Yeah.
So we'll pop that together and run it through.
If you're using it in the MIDI, then that just goes through on its own, doesn't
Goes
it?
through on its own with nothing. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. With a 2D folder, you put the extra purple shim in. So once you've run that through, you've got your beautiful embossed piece. I'm just going to show you the difference side by side. Look, there's the piece embossed. There's a piece that's been embossed then cut.
Yeah.
Look at how much it's flattened, that beautiful
Absolutely,
detail.
yeah.
So that's why I'm showing you how to do it this way. Then we're going to take our largest die from the set and we're going to line it up with the aperture inside of the embossed piece. So just line up your die. You'll feel it actually just nestles into that embossed area. Really lovely, so you'll know where it goes. Keep it still, because you want to make a very accurate template for yourself. You're going to keep this and use it time and time and time again.
I see.
So I like to go belt and braces.
Yes.
So a couple of pieces on there, and then we're going to do our cutting sandwich, which is frosted, magnetic and extra clear plate.
Okay.
And pop that through. Okay. Now once we've done that, that centre will pop out, and that is now your template.
Right.
And that is the piece that you're going to keep and put with your folder and your die set either into your storage or back into your packet. Keep it, it's really important. And I'm going to show you why it's important now. If I've got a half-fold card here, and on my half-fold card, I want to position my embossed frame with an aperture.
Yes.
So I want the aperture to go through. So I'll take my template, pop it onto my card. Now, this can be on the same size piece of card or on a larger piece, it doesn't matter. It could be on a box lid if you're using your Gemini plates or on the go. It could be on an 8x8 card as a little side piece. It's entirely up to you. But you just need to make sure that you've got it where you want the aperture to appear. And then I've got a biro so you can see the line, but take a pencil. Just keep it still. I didn't quite keep it still there. I moved it, so I'm going to do it again. There we go. Keep it still and draw through your aperture. That's what you've created. You've created a positioning template. So now we're going to take that die again that we've just cut, and we're going to position it in the front of our half-fold card, because we know that's where the frame is cutting. Because that's where I've drawn through. Another little piece of repositionable tape, just to keep it still. And you notice I'm catching the die, and then on the card, that's going to fall out. Pop that through the machine again. And I'll not be doing this every time, every demo, because I just want you to see how to do this once, and then I'll say it to you every time. And of course, you're going to create your template and use it. So pop your sandwich together and pop that back through the machine. And of course, once you've made that template, you only make it once.
And I suppose, I'm just thinking, so then if you wanted to make, use one of the smaller apertures, you would then just use your initial one, line it up, and then take the outer one away, wouldn't you?
Yes, absolutely you would. Right, so that comes out. So now I've got my aperture in the perfect place. Now what I can do is take my folder over the card.
Yes.
I can line that up
Yeah.
with the aperture inside. So just take a little bit of time and make sure you've got it in the right place, which I can see I have there. That then gets put on your sandwich and run through. And because you're running this through now, with the aperture already in, that beautiful 3D emboss will surround the aperture, but you won't have flattened it because you did your embossing the second time.
Makes a lot of sense.
And so when I pick that up now, you can see you've got that beautiful deep emboss
stunning.
all the way around in the perfect position of the aperture, because we took time to make ourselves a little cutting template. So that's really important, and that's what I would recommend you do. Create that, and then you can keep it with your folder and your dies, and you can go back to it time and time and time again. Right, so once we've done that, we're just going to do a little bit of inking, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a right tickle tonight.
Do you want a little bit of water? Because I can talk about food whilst you are.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Okay. Let's see what everyone's eating for their dinner tonight. Alison's got the sausage, egg and potato fritters. Nice, simple, but comfort food.
Yes, soul food.
Cheryl says, we're in a simple hot dog kind of mood for tonight. Crisp them up in the air fryer, and we have Hawaiian sweet buns. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, I want a Hawaiian sweet bun.
Hawaiian sweet bun. Are you? I haven't got an air fryer yet, but they seem to be all the rage.
Oh my word, Ben.
Have you got one?
Yes, Ben.
Oh.
Ben, it's a game changer.
Oh.
You need it in your life. I haven't had my oven on.
What?
I have not had my oven on since Christmas.
What?
And before Christmas, I hadn't had my oven on for 8 weeks.
But,
and the amount of electricity I'm saving, Ben,
right,
is off the chart.
How?
This is a true story, Ben.
So you, sorry, I'll put some words together in a second. I was going. So you can. How much can you get in your air fryer?
Oh, enough for 4.
What,
I've done a whole roast chicken in 40 minutes. No longer drying your chicken out for 2 hours in the oven.
Right.
No, 40 minutes, steam air fry. I've done roast pork with crackling. I've done stews. I've done chili con carne.
Could I put like a fish pie in there?
I've done a fish pie. I've done mince and dumplings. I've done a bolognese sauce. I've done my curries, chips, wedges, roast potatoes, sausages. You've never had a sausage like it, seriously. Bacon, full English breakfast. Honestly, Ben, will change your life.
Does it not take up a lot?
Pressure cooks.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it not take up a lot of space in your kitchen?
It's worth the space it takes for the money you save. It's worth the countertop that you lose. And I would say, you know those round trays you get to sit on your knee?
Oh, yeah.
It's about that footprint. It's not that big. And it fits underneath the cupboard.
Well, there we go. I mean, I should get one. I feel like I'm on like some other shopping TV channel all of a sudden talking about air fryers. Roseanne says, I had a chicken sandwich.
Can I say though, and I can say this because I'm not affiliated with any company whatsoever, so this is purely my own personal opinion. I'm aware of people who don't have the brand name one.
Yeah.
And those of us who do much prefer the brand name. And it's a bit like, you know when we did the show earlier,
Oh, yeah.
Hong Kong Phooey?
Yeah.
I was a bit like a ninja.
Ah, you were. Okay. All right. Johnny's got one. Have you got one, George? Oh, and anyone else hasn't got one?
You need to get one,
Charlotte's got one.
Everyone's got one. You're behind the times, Ben.
But I usually am, to be fair. Next thing I know, Tracy's going to tell me she's got one. Have you got an air fryer, Tracy?
Yes, she has.
She has got one. What? How come you guys didn't tell me this? I'm not in Team Air Fryer. I bet you guys have got a WhatsApp group going, haven't you?
I have baked a loaf of bread in my air fryer.
Get out of town.
I'm telling you, I've done a focaccia and I've done a white loaf.
You did
I've also done a focaccia. Is that how you say it?
I thought focaccia, I thought you said.
Yes, focaccia.
No, focaccia. I thought you said you'd done it for Katya, but you've done a focaccia.
Focaccia, that one.
Yeah.
I've also done a carrot cake and a Victoria sponge.
I don't... Right, OK, well, I need to investigate this, don't I? I need to... Johnny, get yourself the curries tomorrow. Other electronic retailers are available. Well, let me know. Anyone else got an air fryer? Well, it appears everyone's got one apart from me, so that's a silly question. Lillian says, Leanne, I'm making a spinach, cheese and mushroom pie with phyllo pastry.
Ooh.
Monica is saying just some plain yoghurt with blueberries and some maple syrup on top for me tonight. That sounds very healthy.
Very healthy.
Very healthy. Sarah Brown, cups of tea, and I made some Parmesan crisps out of some wraps. Nice. And Annie Cagle says, I'm going to heat up a can of chicken noodle soup for lunch. I haven't thought beyond that. Can't beat a bit of soup, can you?
Oh, I like, do you know...
Could you do soup in an air fryer?
Yes, of course you can. Yeah, because you put it on the sauté thing and it just warms it up. I'll tell you what else you can do in my Ninja one, my 11-in-1, and you're going to love this. Dehydrate natural dog treats.
Really?
Very thinly sliced chicken breast in the dehydrator, 5 hours later, natural treats. No additives.
So does it have like different buttons for different modes then?
It's got 11-in-1, 11 different functions.
Tracy's just saying she ain't got that one.
I've got the Instapot one.
You got the Instapot one? Oh, the American one. Wow. Well, there you are. Now you're up to date with your air frying. Oh, Sarah Brown, you don't have one. There we go. At least there's someone else who's left in the dark ages like me. Cindy's having a boiled egg, lettuce, veg with blue cheese dressing. Wish it Maytag blue from... What? Newton, Iowa. Also half a chicken breast Cindy's having. I feel a bit left out now. Sorry about that. Well, you say get one, but I bet they're expensive, aren't they? That's the thing. How much are they?
I think mine was about £240. I bet I've saved that in electric. Because I've got one of those smart meters, and when you put your oven on, the smart meter almost goes on the off-reasonable chart, and then when you use your air fryer, it hardly uses any electric at all.
All right.
And you don't have to preheat it.
Michelle loves her air fryer. I barely cook on the stovetop. Yeah, me too, says Jill. Roast chicken is gorgeous in the air fryer. Ben, you need one. Anne says I cook my chicken wings in the air fryer for buffalo wings, and they are just as good if I had fried them and less grease.
There you go. You know when you get packets of party snacks, you know, like from Marx's or whatever, Tesco, and you get like 20 different things in a pack from the freezer for Christmas. You've got little onion bhaji's, a spring roll,
yes.
Put them in, 6 minutes later, done. You haven't even had to eat your oven up. I fancy a nibble. I'm having a nibble.
Frozen chips take 25 minutes in the big oven, says Johnny, but in the air fryer 10 minutes. Oh, I might have to look into this. Wedges you're talking about. Steak and salad with potatoes Mary's having tonight. Deborah loves her air fryer. If only we had air fryers to sell tonight, I feel like we could sell a few. The purple air fryer that also cuts and embosses. Maybe that's to come. Quick question, back to crafting for Leanne, says Tim C. Tim C, Leanne says, I always struggle to use my waterproof ink and I always get swirls. Any advice, please? So when he's putting his ink down.
Just keep moving it. I think that's the thing. I think maybe you're stopping a little bit early. You know, just keep moving, and that polishes it in. I think possibly what you're doing is popping it on and then thinking, well, swirl, I've stopped. So just, but then also what cardstock are you using?
Yes.
Let us know what cardstock you're using, because the card that you use your ink on is very important. I'm using multi-purpose card for this, but I would say multi-purpose or watercolour card is the best card for blending with your water inks.
Okay.
Definitely not Nina. It will just grab it and you will get the swirls. It will grab it immediately and nothing you can do will polish that bad boy out.
Okay. You'll get the swirls.
You'll get the
Sounds
swirls.
painful.
I'm just using a little bit of gilding wax now, look. Do
Yeah.
you know, I love these folders. These were designed to be a bit Sistine Chapel roofish.
Yes.
You know, like really kind of Rococo Baroque, really old. You know what I mean, like the lovely frames and the gold gilding, and I think it's done really. I think we've done a good job of that.
You have,
because they really
very
do.
Baroque-y.
You get maximum impact, minimum effort.
That's it.
Look at that.
Gorge.
I'm really happy with that, and that's just a little bit of inking, bit of gilding wax. If I give that a little waggle, look how beautiful that is with the sheen on there.
Very regal.
Absolutely lovely. So I'm very happy with that. I've then taken a piece of matte mirror card and I've run it through again on a piece of matte mirror card, and I think it looks beautiful on there. I think it really does give you that beautiful 3D look. That's going to go inside.
Okay.
A little bit of all-purpose on the back of mirror card, no problem at all. Not on the top, not on the decorative surface, but on the back, no problem at all. If you want to stick on the top of a mirror card, always your tacky glue.
Okay. Oh, yes.
That in there. Okay, so that's done. And then what I've done is make, with my little die set, some mats and layers.
Cute.
Okay, so I've just run them through. I'm not going to waste time showing you that. We're going to move on. And I'm going to lay these up with some big foam pads.
Okay.
And of course, with a big foam pad, what do we have to do?
Got to put a bit of glue on the back, ain't you?
You've got to put a bit of glue on the back.
Because if you don't, then over time it might...
it'll just all come apart.
Come apart.
Yeah.
Especially if it's warm.
Especially if it's warm, exactly. So I've just gone with alternate colours of the mirror and white.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading about food still here. Samantha Lung is having salmon and fish in the air fryer. Easy and doesn't stink out the home.
Do you know what? That's a absolute... So I did salmon in the air fry for the first time last week. And my husband said, I can't believe it, I can't smell the salmon. And when you cook salmon, usually on the stovetop, the whole house smells of salmon for 8 hours after. Didn't smell.
Well, you're selling this to me, seriously. If we had one to buy tonight, I think I'd have bought one. Renee says, having homemade navy bean and bacon soup, sliced cheese and crackers for supper. We too have an air fryer. Joanne says, lunchtime here, the dentist just brought me a bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich in the waiting room whilst I wait for my husband. Oh, who's getting dental implants.
Oh, ouchie.
Ouch.
Ouchie.
And Stephanie says, I just made a low-carb omelette with American cheese, like a, I don't know how you say it, quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
Queso what?
Quesadilla.
Quesadilla. Cut in wedges and shared with hubby. Amazing. Johnny, you do them in the air fryer.
I don't think there's anything you can't do in the air fryer.
Did you like cheese on toast in it? I've
done cheese on toast in it because you just do the grill.
Could you do like your burger and chips in there then? Could you? Yeah.
And you get a little rack so you can do your chips underneath, your burger on top.
And you could put a chicken in there?
A whole chicken. I've got a picture I'll show you. In the 11-in-1. The one, yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to catch you out now. I'm thinking of something that, like a stew, like a stew you could do.
Done stew, mince and dumplings, stew, casserole, done it all.
Well, I'll have to have a chat with Mrs. M when we get back there. If it's going to save money on my electricity bill, I'm up for anything.
It will save you a fortune.
Especially because the prices are going up again in April, aren't they?
Apparently so.
Oh, blimey. Mo number 2 says, all this talk about cooking is making me hungry. Me too. Patty says, forgot to check in. Hey, Patty. She says, we have one air fryer. My mum has one, as well as our 3 kids. They're great for leftovers. No soggy food like you get in the microwave. I love to grill my fresh veggies in it. My husband does the cooking, so he uses it more than I do. I mostly use it to heat up my leftover sweet potato fries.
Very easy, Claire. That's an excellent point. I don't warm up in the microwave anymore. I warm up in my Ninja. Anywho, I have finished that now. There we go. Oh, my little bow's dropped off. Just need a little bit of glue. Oh, you'll glue a bow on. There you go. So you can see all the way through. I've done the emboss. You've got that inside. I've used all of the little dies to mat and lay and build that dimension up. Put a little sentiment on there, and you can see that just building up the ink and using a little bit of that gilding wax really does make it feel very regal. Oh, and so you'll stick your bow on.
Oh, you silly old bow.
There we go. We'll stick it on. I think it's pretty easy, Ben. Bit of ink. Bit of mirror card.
But do you know what, as well, more than anything, with that demo, you've shown so many different ways that you can use that set to create amazing effects. And like you said, very easy to follow. Once you've made your first little template, then it's just, wow, super duper simple, isn't it? And look at the card that you can create. Yeah, stick that on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, absolutely. Take that, Michelangelo. Look, let's show you the designs that you're going to get, and then what we're going to do is have a little break, actually. We'll give you a chance to check out your baskets, because we are very, very busy. I'll give you a stock update on the showstopper as well in just a second, but these are the designs that you're going to get. So you've got that beautiful oval. I mean, how regal does that look? Absolutely stunning. And then all of your nesting dice to use in conjunction. You've got it in the square, You have it in the rectangle too, and then that beautiful diamond is also included. So 4 of your 3D folders plus all of those dies included. The showstopper also brings you the added extras as well. These 3 items here, so your gilding flakes kit from the Vintage Butterflies, blending tool, the round blending tool, and then one of our water reactive ink pads, which is the smoke plume. That's £16 or $21 worth of extra product that you're getting for an extra £5 or $5. So it's an incredible way to go, and it's the way that most people are going now. Started the show at 40%. We're now over half the stock of the showstopper gone, and as we said, this isn't. We haven't got thousands of these, far from it. We could be talking about this disappearing by the end of the show. We are very busy tonight. $32.77 if you want to go for the showstopper collection, $41.30. If you want to go for the brand new collection on its own, you can do that. Will be on the shop the day page, but we're keeping the details on for this because it is most popular. As I say, over half the stock has now gone. Loads of love coming in for that card. I'll read a few comments out when we come back, but listen, Mo number 2 says, let's start a GoFundMe to get Ben and Laura an air fryer. Do it. I would love that. Thank you. No, don't really do that. Don't do that. Can you imagine getting an air fryer sent in here? Boom. Do you know what? Whilst you're checking out your baskets, right, I'm going to have a look, see how much these air fryers cost. So head to the checkouts. We'll come back with more this brand new launch in just a few moments' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer but come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us
is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
So other customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. Love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
I've been looking for air fryers whilst you've been checking out your baskets. I think I'm joking, I have. Loads of lovely comments coming through about that last card. Melanie D saying how pretty, and Monica, lovely. Gorgeous card, the answer's Miriam. I love that, says Mo number 2. Celebrate is such a good sentiment, I use it often. Benita says, love that card, elegant. Denise says, your wife may love an air fryer for Valentine's Day. I don't know. I don't know, 200 odd quid for Valentine's. I'm a bit of a,
I mean, you know,
that's a lot. That's birthday kind of money, that, isn't it?
I'll get a flake.
What?
A flake. You know, like a Cadbury's flake.
Cadbury's flake for Valentine's?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. We don't bother.
Oh.
We don't bother with Valentine's, Simon and I.
I usually bother, but I'm less bothered this year because I usually bother and then Laura doesn't bother. But then I suppose, is it more of a blokey thing to bother? I suppose it is, isn't it?
No, I mean, I've said to Simon, we've been together for 32 years, and I've always said I would rather have an impromptu flowers, chocolates meal out in the year than a forced, I have to do it today. Yeah. Because somebody shouldn't have to tell you have to do it. So we have this rule of we're not doing it on that day, but if it didn't follow at some point in the year unprompted, I wouldn't be very happy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'll have
That's
a think.
just me.
Yeah, I know. And Melanie D says, Leanne has inspired me today to use our air fryer.
Well, if I've done nothing else, I have achieved that. I'm happy.
It says, I had no idea so many things could be made in it. I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it? Brilliant.
Absolutely. I'm so pleased I've done that for you.
I love that. That's my favourite comment of the day. We've got a combo air fryer that does multiple items. Bakes, grills too. I make chicken thighs in there for Iggy. Oh, Iggy, your lovely dog, Stephanie. Crafter's Companion should get an air fryer oven to heat up lunches. This way Ben could test before he buys. And Chloe just messaged to say there's so many comments about air fryers. We're not here to sell air fryers though. We love in the chat. Keep it coming. We have though got a brand new showstopper for you. These brand new 3D embossing folders and dies. This is the showstopper collection for you here, and this is the one that most of you are going for. After that checkout, well over half the stock has disappeared now. These are the extra goodies that you're going to get. These 3 items here, which should cost you another £16, $21. It's an extra 5 on top of all of these brand new folders and dies that you're going to get. I think it's an incredible price as well. £32.77, $41.30. When you think about all of the craftability that you've got with this collection, the fact that you've got the 3D embossing folders, the fact that you've got all of those amazing nesting dies as well, obviously using them together to create the most stunning cards, but again, the kind of things that you can use independently of each other as well. I mean, how handy are these just to take out and use with other projects independent of the embossing folders? Use the embossing folders on your own if you want to. Love the fact though, again, that you can create so many different things with these shaker cards, cutting out those different elements to create maybe your imbapage, using the multiple cuts here to create your pyramage. I mean, just so many different things that you can do. Change up the cards, so obviously we've got this on white here, but cutting it into your black cardstock and then using your gilding waxes to create beautiful effects. I mean, there's just so much craftability with these. It's going to be a set that I think you're going to have to hand very often. particularly if you're looking to create really, really stunning cards that look like you've spent a lot of time doing them, but you know actually with a set like this, you can work very quickly and create something that looks like you spent hours doing it. So versatile. Honestly, I think it's the most versatile set that we've launched this year, and I think that's why it's proving so popular. You guys are now kind of going, oh yeah, light bulb moment. I can see the versatility of this collection, and you're already thinking of lots of different ways to be able to use them. And the fact that you've got the showstopper still available, might not be available by the end of the 2 hours, but it's your opportunity to grab it now. $32.77 or $41.30. Right, let's get back to another demo. We'll see where the chat takes us. All I can see at the minute is comments about air fryers, which is fine. But let's get back to the crafting. And I think Leanne has another little demo.
I do.
Up her sleeve.
I'm just going rogue here. I'm having a little, I'm experimenting.
Oh,
and I'm going to show you the
live on TV?
Live on TV. I'm
goodness me.
Flying without a parachute. That's what I'm doing, Ben. Right, so what we're going to do now.
That's a Westlife song, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, Flying Without Wings.
No, Flying Without Wings, that's
Yes.
it. That's it. Flying Without Wings. Yes, it is, yeah.
You're my special thing. You even got the stool there. You could have done the...
I've got the thing here.
Stand up on the key change.
I could have done the whole...
Baby. Sorry.
Couldn't I?
And the key change.
And then the key change.
You're flying without wings. 'Cause you're my special thing. You're flying without a parachute. Anyway, sorry.
Anywho.
Back to it.
I have got this. This is what we're going to make. This is what we're going to make.
What?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
It's like a little diorama.
Oh, diorama card.
Look, and you've got all the way through there, you've got all of your little mats and layers, a bit of mirror card in there, some beautiful papers, a little bit of inking. Why not?
Incredible.
And so that's what we're going to do. Now,
Nice.
I have made my map as I said to do with the other one, so I'm not going to bother showing you how to do that again because we've already looked at that. You want to see how to make the cards. I've lined my map up, lined my die up, my biggest die, and cut the aperture in the front of my diorama card. And I've got the back of my diorama card there. So that's already been done. So now that is ready to be assembled. That's put to one side with my little aperture. Then I've taken a piece of smaller card, the same size as the folder. And I've done the same again. I've used my map. I'll just show you there. Used my map. Created the piece where I've cut the die out to make my aperture, so you've already seen me do that.
Yeah.
Don't need to see me do that again. And then what I've done is taken the pink tulip, pink tulip Harmony Water Reactive ink pad, and I've given a nice subtle colour to that white cardstock. So it was white card, and I've just inked it up. Okay, so I've done a nice background pink tulip colour.
Okay.
That's then going to go in my folder. So I'm lining it up with the space that's been left, close my folder on it, and then that goes through the machine.
If you want ink pads today as well, we do have bundles of your water reactive, quick dry, and your opaque pigment, bundles of 10. And those are actually, you'll find those on yellow stickered. They're on the Love to Craft discount as well. So 10% discount, less 15, less your club inspired discount as well. Some really good prices on those today.
So once you've done that, look, you open it up and you've got all of your beautiful emboss in the right place with that pale pink background. But what I'm going to do is actually take some of the pink fuchsia and I'm just getting a different, just looking for all of my colours of, wow. Some of our guests do some lovely things with the sponges, don't they? Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
What's been going on there?
Hello, what's going on with that?
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Right, so now all I'm going to do with this is a little bit of a vignette. So I'm going to go a little bit darker colour around the outside. Just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a lot. So I'm just picking it up and then I'm going to allow my tool to just gently, it's whispered over the top. I'm not putting any pressure on. And what that's doing is just picking out that detail and making it stand out more. So as I do the vignette, a little bit more pressure and then on the edge, and then I just move that excess ink that's left on the blending tool, just gently kiss it over that emboss and you see how that makes it pop. Okay, so go all the way around the outside and do that. These really do work well with your inks. You can do this with your aqua markers as well.
Of course, yeah.
If you want to. Choice is yours. Okay, so we've done that and we've got our fuchsia on there now. Now, I am in silver's back in stock and I'm absolutely loving our gilding waxes. So I didn't put any gilding wax on the first one, but I'm going to on this one so we can see the difference. Because I just think if you've never done gilding yet, if you haven't had your gilding waxes yet, now is the time. Because these were meant for a little bit of gilding wax.
Absolutely.
And I'm just going to put a tiny little bit, just picking up a little bit of the detail. Doesn't need to be a lot. And you see, I like to tap it off on the mat because that just gets me a nice light covering. And then I can just pick up the raised areas and polish that around.
Details at the bottom of your screen for the silver. All 5 of the colours are in stock and a great price today. $8.99, $12.74. That's a 25% saving. Incredible. And these last so long, as we've already discussed.
They really
the gilded waxes.
So I've just picked up the high areas with that. And then I'm now going to use my sparkle pen.
Ooh.
And I'm going to do what I tell you never to do.
Are you splodging it out?
I've splodged it out.
Right.
And then I'm picking it up and I'm going to flick it at the design. And what I get, I'm really hoping that we'll be able to pick it up on the camera. I'm going to dry it. I'm sure that George will be able to do that.
Go on, Georgie, get in there. George with the joystick. Here he comes. Oh, I see it now.
When you've done that and it dries, I'm just going to get my hoop gun and give it a little blast. You get these beautiful little glittery sparkles in the background, which look absolutely beautiful. So you can see where they are, but I'm going to waggle it at you and you'll see the little bits of glitter. I've just dried it because it sparkles more.
Oh, yes.
Can you see them?
You can.
Look at that.
That is
So you get these beautiful little shimmery sparkles all over by just flicking your sparkle pen at it. So the combination of the ink, the little bit of silver gilding, those little silver sparkles all around the front.
I've never seen that before. It's amazing, that effect.
Have you not?
No, I
it's
haven't.
fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love to do that with the sparkle marker. It just is absolutely fabulous. Just cleaning up my mat as I go.
Yes.
Okay, being a good crafter. I am absolutely loving that, I have to tell you.
It's amazing.
Wait till you see that in real life, Ben. When I bring it over there, when it catches the light. Absolutely stupendous. If I can use that word. Now I'm going to assemble my card. So we're just making a diorama. So we go backwards and forwards to make a little concertina. You've seen these made so many times before. Backwards and forwards, there we go. That's the back of the card. I'm just going to try and find my bone folder in a minute because that will help me burnish the lines, but I'm going to do it with my hands for now. Same with the front. So just back and then burnish. You use a bone folder at home. It'll be so much more efficient for you. And do that.
You've not got one over there?
No, I can't see one.
That's too late now, isn't it, really?
Too late, doesn't matter. And then we'll stick this together. So I'm just going to use my tape pen to put it together. So I'm going to put a couple of lines down here. With a diorama, when it's closing and opening a lot, I do use a wet glue at home. Simply because I like to make sure everything's nice and stuck. But if you're using a Crafter's Companion tape pen, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
If you're not, use a wet glue.
Alison's just said I would never have thought of using sparkle markers like that, but now I will do.
It looks beautiful. It makes such a real impact because it's like glittering but not. And it's so random. It's just like little sparkly gem. It's just beautiful. It really is exquisite. Once you've tried it, you'll want to do it so many more times. So I've got that diorama base made now. Remember, I used my little template, didn't I? My little template to get the square in the centre in the right place. I've got an aperture all the way through. I've got a beautiful piece of paper from our Masquerade collection a while ago.
Beautiful.
I'm going to use my all-purpose for this.
Just unrelated, but a question which has just come through from Kathleen, who says, talking about foam flowers, do you heat the leaves or just cut them out of foam and use them when you're making foam?
I heat them for half of the time I would a petal.
Right.
Sometimes you can just leave them flat if you want to, but I like to heat them. I like a little bit of shape on them.
Yeah, good.
So I've put that paper in the background. You can see that there. Just beautiful, that masquerade paper. And then I've done a couple of little panels with some white mats and layers for the sides of my diorama.
Yeah.
So they'll just get stuck in place with my all-purpose. Same piece of paper, just a little bit of matting and layering that we've got there.
Hey to Carol, who's joined us, saying today is my birthday. Carol
Happy
Guy.
birthday.
Happy birthday. And 3 Crafters Companion orders are arriving here in Wisconsin. 2 from UPS ordered on the 6th and 7th.
Wow.
That's like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is incredible. Cannot wait. You tell me you got the template library. Our US viewers, in case you didn't know, got our new super speedy shipping with UPS. We've teamed up. So we're now saying that you hopefully should be getting most of your items within 2 to 3 business days after dispatch. And the shipping is now even cheaper for you, $9.95. So to steal, it was Michelle who came up with the tagline. I wondered who it was. You told me earlier, Michelle, and apparently you're charging royalties every time I say it. But I'll say it again because it's a great line. Now, less shipping, more shopping. Love that.
I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
So I'm going to stick my panel on the front. That's my panel that has the little glitter splashes and a little bit of gilding. And I've got my aperture in the correct place. I'm just going to use my all-purpose to stick that on. And that's going over the top of the aperture that's already there. That's being cut, so you can see we can follow that. There we go. And you can do a little drop shadow if you want to, or you can match it perfectly. It's entirely up to you. Okay, there we go. So that's in place now. And then I've just got here the little thank you sentiment. And I've cut the squares that come in with the folder in white, black and mirror. And so I'll just layer those up on top of each other.
Loads of lovely comments coming through. Just a quick one from Miriam. She says, I wish I could be better at applying gilding wax. It looks so messy when I'm done applying. I suppose tips on that is, I suppose less is more, is it really?
So less is more. Do the dabbing off onto, you know, if you haven't got a glass mat, a Teflon mat or a little saucer or a tile or something like that. And then I'm hardly touching. I'm almost levitating above the card when I put it on. I'm not pushing my finger into it when I do it. I'm levitating, just letting my card kiss the top of the surface. And then, you know, you can build up. If it's not enough, you can build up more. But if it is enough, you haven't put too much on, because once it's on, you can't get it off. So less is more. And then I'm going to put this sentiment inside. Because I'm using a wet glue, I can wiggle it in place. And I can flatten my card to get it in the perfect place, as you can see there. And then when I put that up, that's exactly where it should be. And then I've got a couple of little embellishments, little hearts that you can decide to put on or leave off. It's up to you. Little die cut ones. Let's put them on. Why not?
When we've done that, can we just see the measurement? Because Lisa's just asking about the size of the envelope that might fit in as well.
Yes, of course, when it's flat. No problem. You'd need your enveloper.
Yes.
To make a custom one. Okay, so I've got my little hearts on there. And then we're done.
Pretty.
So there we go. Little diorama using the aperture. A little bit of gilding. A little bit of splashing the sparkle marker. Look at that when it catches the light in the background.
That's incredible.
So you've got all of the opulence there. And then you've got that lovely built up dimensional frame in the centre, you've got all the dimension there, you can see, using those dies which have been created to perfectly match the aperture in the centre of that folder.
And like you said, just the flecks of sparkle that you get on the front of the card as well is incredible. Let us know what you think of that one. Of course, you'll get your chance to vote. I can't believe we are already into the second hour of the show already. You'll get your chance to vote on your favourite demo in just a little while. Beverly says, Ben, is the Say It With Style only available for US? I have a feeling that was on yesterday, wasn't it, on the cartload show. I think it was available for both US and UK. Unless the UK version is gone, it was definitely available for both yesterday. Linda says, very nice card. Looks lovely, Leanne. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Leanne says, Beverly, I love the outtakes of the Valentine's photo shoot. It was funny. Saw that earlier. Just the right amount of fancy, says Lisa, that card. And Lisa also saying, Leanne, your demos are so thorough. classy and beautiful. And we've got a message from Sparta, who says, just found y'all on YouTube and placed my first order. I've used Crafter's Companion for a few years and I love the quality. And thank you to Stephanie, who says, you two are so funny together. We try. And Dieta says, crafting and air fryers equals great show. Loads of love for that last card as well. Loads of love for this brand new collection. If you haven't yet picked it up, grab it now. The stock is flying out of the door. The brand new 3D embossing folders with those dies. We're heading towards 60% of the stock now gone. Very, very busy for these. I think you guys now are just seeing the versatility and understanding just how many different things that you can create with them. How amazing was that last diorama card that you've just seen there. Plenty of demos already right now. Demos earlier on Wake Up Call if you missed them, so do go back and check them out. But look, you've got the diamond, that beautiful rectangle too. All of the nesting dies within each of these sets, and the detail that you get from that 3D emboss is absolutely incredible. And I know a lot of you have been chatting about that oval as well. Really regal, really, really beautiful, classy cards which you can make in an instant. And I love the fact that we've had a bit of a journey with these today, and the fact that you can see that you can make, you know, very quick, polished, professional cards, but then when you're just adding a little bit of thought to this, taking a little bit more time, the kind of things that you can create, like that diorama card we've just seen Leann creating. All of those are included, don't forget, within this bundle, but the showstopper, you get all of these added extras as well. You don't get my cup of coffee, but you do get, thanks Tracy, you do get these three. I'm so unprofessional. No, it's fine, isn't it? We're all friends here. You do get these three items, so you get your Gilding Flakes kit from the Vintage Butterfly collection. You're going to get one of our round blending tools with the replacement head, and you've got that water reactive ink pad too, which is the Smoke Plume. That's £16 or $21. Not in this bundle though, it's £5 or $5. Almost 60% of the showstopper has gone, so time to start thinking about getting your skates on. Now, with it being our Love to Craft event, we have got some brilliant deals for you when it comes to discounts and then more discounts. It's the yellow stickered items on the website that you're looking out for. You'll find all of today's on the Shop the Day page, but worth just having a bit of a look around on the web for the deals from previous days. There's loads to be had. And there's lots of grab bags available too. I think some have disappeared, but you will find some other ones still loitering around, just a little bit of stock left. These two bags that we've had today, we featured the Spectre Noir bag a lot earlier on in the masterclass, but this grab bag of embossing folders is quite simply, I'm going to say it, the best one of the week so far as I'm concerned. £63 there or thereabouts, $80 worth of value for £20 or $28, and it contains not just embossing folders, but you've got 3D embossing folders, you've got cut and emboss folders. Take a look at the value you're getting here, and I would encourage you, even if you've got a couple of these already in your crafty stash, buy them for the ones that you don't have, because this is insane value for money. An amazing 5x7 cut and emboss folder, Shine Bright that one's called. Absolutely love that. I think particularly if you're making cards for the kids as well, they're going to love that, aren't they? As a little birthday card, whether you make it into a little shaker or pop in little pictures, or like we've seen here. I love that. Reach for the stars. It looks great. Also included from the 'Tis the Season collection, you have that beautiful Yuletide frame. So again, 5x7 cut and emboss folder, one to keep back for when you're making your Christmas cards this year. It will be here before you know it. Then we've got a 3D embossing folder called the Seamless Wave. That one again, big size on it, and it creates that beautiful wavy effect for you. Really nice sort of background for any card project. Big size once again, with loads of detail and depth, of course, with it being a 3D. That's 5x7. You've then got a polka dot embossing folder too. Again, big size, that one, 5x7. Once again, the value is insane here. And then we drop in some of those really cute panel embossing folders. This one is the Bloom and Grow. So you get two here, builds up this little scene here, and obviously two side by side look amazing. If you just want to emboss one, amazing. But I like the fact that you can go maybe 1, 2, 3 and create sort of like a triptych effect with these to really build up the scene. Just adding a bit of colour, bit of a sentiment, and you are away. And still going here, because you've got this beautiful embossing folder from the Knitwit Kindly Thoughts collection. That Brilliant Florals is an absolute stunner. Just applying your inks to that, again, sentiment, little bit of an embellishment, maybe very nice indeed for Mother's Day, which I know will be here in the UK before we know it. And then just to top this off, to crown this is the best grab bag of the Love to Craft event. We give you, as far as I'm concerned, well, certainly my favourite piece of hardware from the Country Lane collection, and possibly, in my opinion, the best cut and emboss folder we do. I love this, that beautiful gateway to the country, which gives you that stunning embossed sort of forest frame, if you like, and then you've got the gate which actually stays cut into the cardstock, opens up, and you can create a wonderful scene behind it. How decent is that value? That's incredible, isn't it? That is incredible. £20 or $28 for all of that. You guys have been going wild for that today. It's been very, very busy indeed. Get it whilst we've still got it. And talking of great grab bags, if you've missed out on this, the Spectrum Noir grab bag that we had earlier on our masterclass, this also great value. Now, just to say, we've got some amazing deals on the Discovery kits. You can get this individually, just to mention, if you're platinum, for £8.15. But what I would say is, for an extra £11 in this grab bag, you get your manga comic Discovery kit. We're going to give you the set of 6 dual-ended twin-tip metallic markers. You're also going to receive the acrylic paint markers in the essentials. Got some beautiful, beautiful products in this bag. We're going to give you one of our illustrators, the aqua blue. And then you're also going to receive the glossy highlights, a bottle of the glossy highlights. We were never supposed to put these back in these mystery bags slash grab bags, but this seems to have snuck its way into it. Value for money again there is incredible. Should be paying £44, $62 there or thereabouts, but we are at £20 or $28 if you're a platinum member. Snap these up. I think they're brilliant. Whenever we do mystery bags and grab bags, I think the value is always great, and it's a great opportunity for you to try out different products, try out different things that you might not have tried before without breaking the bank. And you know, gift ideas, these are brilliant. And also, as I say, if you're looking at that and thinking, well, I've got a couple of items in that bag, worth, particularly with the Spectrum Noir bag, grabbing it anyway, because the pens will run out eventually. At least here, you've not spent a fortune to get the backups for when you need them. Hey to Sarah Brown, who says, Leanne, Ben, gang in the gallery, it's Johnny and George today. I'm still here, loving the shows. It is now 6 a.m. Have you pulled an all-nighter, Sarah? Or have you been to sleep? You need to let us know, because that is incredible. We appreciate the fact that you love us so much. You're always watching, but get some sleep as well. And Lillian says, love that last card. I think Leanne's made more in one day than I have in a year.
Oh, get your stuff out and just have a go. Do you know, sometimes I think we can procrastinate, can't we? Be like, oh, what am I going to do? What will I use? How will I do it? What will I do with it? Just get it out and whack it on a piece of card and have a go, and your mojo will come with it. And just I try to do one creative thing a week.
Yeah.
And that can be a little bit of crochet, could be maybe decorating some cakes, you know, some cupcakes if I've done them. It might be a bit of home decor. It could be anything. I mean, obviously, we're doing creative things at work all the time. But for myself, I like to do something creative at least once a week, just to try and keep the creative juices flowing.
That's it, and it keeps the mind going as well. And I would say as well, like, you know, with crafting, I do not have an extensive craft collection at home. I don't have a craft room, but the craft stuff that I do have is in the spare room. But just literally have a go. So the other day, National Send a Friend to a Card Day, I thought, I made a little card, and with the stash that I've got, like you just said, I had some card blanks. I literally just stuck my hand in my box that I've got. I pulled out some papers, pulled out a couple of dies. I did a bit of matting and layering. It was actually ended up being like a French themed card, because I found like, a beautiful Eiffel Tower, stuck on a few bits and bobs, stamped out a little sentiment. And do you know what? It wasn't the best card in the world, but actually it felt great just to have a bit of a go. And I think that's what you should do. I really enjoyed it. It was 20 minutes of just fun, just having a go.
Absolutely, it's great. It's relaxation. And you know what? It doesn't matter whether you think it wasn't the best card in the world. It's your card that you made, thinking about somebody else.
Yes.
And for me, it's more about the thought. You know, when you do that for someone, it's the time that you've had thinking about them. Really, I just think it's just get your stuff out and have a go.
Yeah. That card actually is on its way to Belfast now because I gave it away on my page and Sarah won it. But what I try and do now, just to keep my hand in, is for special occasions. So with Valentine's next week, for example, I'll make Laura a card. I won't go out and buy one anymore. It's like for her birthday last year, I made her a birthday card, did a little bit of paper piecing for her. And out of all the cards, she didn't kind of say, oh, well, it was my favourite card, but out of all the cards that we had on the windowsill, it was slap bang in the centre of the window. And I thought, see, appreciated that. George just gone, I'm going to get one out of the Temple Library.
That's cheating.
That is cheating. You need to make your own.
That's
make
cheating.
your own. You see, and then they do appreciate it much more. Let us get back onto the Let's get back onto the 3D embossing folders. You better watch these cards at the end of the show. They'll probably start disappearing.
I'm going to write my name massive on the back of all of them. With
George will be claiming them
with
otherwise.
a big metallic marker. Okay,
what are we doing next?
We're going to do this. So I'm going full-on maximum colour with this one, and we're going to do an easel card with it. And we're going to have a look at how to create that lovely watercolour background using your Harmony Water Reactives again, because we do still have them, don't we, as a bundle. We had them earlier in the show, so they'll be on the website, I'm sure. I just want to show you this before I move on. You know, I said I was flying without a parachute.
Yes.
So what I did was, I don't know if you can see that kind of gloss coming through, but I just ran our watermark ink pad over and then did some heat embossing with a little bit of heat embossing powder, and it's got almost a glossy enamelled feel on the pattern there. So you can do that too if you want to. I just wanted to show you that quickly. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of watercolour card, I've got my spritzer, and I've got the inks that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use Crushed Velvet, Midnight, my favourite, and Fuchsia.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pop some of that ink onto my mat. So just give it a good splodge, get a nice intense amount of colour down, and be random about where you put it. So I've got the blue one here, and then I'm going to have a bit of more blue up there.
Yeah. Splodge it around.
Just splodge it around. Don't be shy with it. Get the colour on the mat. Okay, because you can do more than one piece. Just keep going till you've used all the colour up off your mat. And then this is the Crushed Velvet.
Yep.
Our ink pads have been well used.
They have. Well, they're out most days, aren't they, to be honest with you?
Yeah. Bit of Crushed Velvet there. Okay, so just on your glass mat. If you haven't got a glass mat, a Teflon mat would be fine. I'm just going to add another little bit of blue down there and there, because that will blend in lovely. And then I'm going to add a little bit of more pink there and there. Okay, so I've just got a hodgepodge of colour on my mat.
It is a hodgepodge.
Which I then use my spritzer.
Okay.
And just spritz it.
Right.
And they'll start to want to move because it is a water reactive ink, as we know. So once you've spritzed it and you've got that ink down there, then take your piece of watercolour card, pop it in, and give it a good rub. And what you're going to do now is pick up the colour from your mat onto your piece of watercolour card. And the watercolour card was dry. And for those of you who struggle to do this type of background, this would be how I recommend you start.
Okay.
Because you'll get the most beautiful results. Now, when you could keep going. I'm going to get another piece. So here's a little piece here. I've got a big piece. I wouldn't waste that. I would be doing techniques. So I would just be randomly picking up that colour, even though it's mixing into another colour, that's still another good piece to go. And then you could do it with another piece and another piece. So you just keep going until you've sucked up all of that ink off the mat. I'm just going to get a bit of a towel because I want to fast forward to the next piece for you. So I'm just going to wipe that up. Bear with a second.
All right.
Now, another top tip actually, Ben, I use, when I'm doing this at home, I'll use a smaller piece of kitchen towel. And then I wipe up all the colour with that, add a little bit more if I need it, dry it, and then I cut flowers out of it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And I make paper flowers with my waste, so I'm never wasting my ink.
Yes.
Because I don't like to waste anything. So once you've done that, you can dry it. So we're going to give it a dry with a heat gun. And you see how intense that colour is because we got a great amount of colour down.
Beverly just saying Spectrum Art Bag's great for beginners. Lisa saying I like to do something daily, creative. I actually have withdrawal when my day ends up too full for creativity. It's also great therapy after a difficult day at work. I always think set aside time to do something that you enjoy. I try to do something creative every day, says Miriam. Colouring, making a card or scrapbooking. And Monica says, I had burnout a few years ago, so I started to prioritise differently and find time for myself and my hobbies every day, even if it's just 10 minutes. I think that's very important.
Love that.
Set time aside, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's just prioritising, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we all lead very busy lives these days and are running around from here, there and everywhere. And I think you need to put time aside each day just to relax and have fun.
Now, because I loved the, we all loved it, I'm going to do it again.
Ah, yes.
Because we really liked it, didn't we?
I loved it. We did enjoy this.
And it'll feel like a galaxy.
Oh, yes.
With those colours, I think.
Galaxy far, far away.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's very cosmosy.
It is very
cosmosical.
Wipe up the
That's not a word.
excess. This, I'm actually the little waist piece. Loving the little waist piece.
Oh yeah.
And that's picked up a little bit of sparkle there. Now look, I'll just wiggle this at you. Look, you've got the little sparkles in the background. How lovely is that?
That's incredible.
Doesn't it really look lovely?
It's amazing.
And then we're going to take our midnight and we're going to put a little vignette around it to intensify it. So we're going to take a little bit of midnight ink.
That's a good shout, Christine Mahoney. Christine says that technique that you just said, it's a bit like the shaving cream without the shaving cream.
Yes.
It's a little bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit like that.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to go with the navy around the outside, Ben, just a little bit.
Mary Pat saying, I'm ready to create daily now that I'm back on track. My love box was in the package today. Time to play. You'll love that. And just quick hi to Clarice, who says, hi all, I just want to say thank you to Crafters TV. I've purchased 10 of the Totally Tiffany storage folders that hold 12 by 12 paper. They're on the $5 platinum. I got them for $4. I love those for organising. They're in the $5 deals today on Fiver Friday, so check those out on the web.
Amazing. Right, so what I've done is, you'll see here, now here's the thing. There's one I did, there's one I did, there's one I did. There's that little spare. Every single one looks different. And that's the joy of doing that. You're never going to get two the same. So I'm interested, Ben, which one do I emboss? The light coloured one or the dark?
Oh. I think maybe I'm going for the one in your left hand, the dark one.
The dark one, okay. We'll do that one.
Oh.
So I'm going to grab the folder. Where have I put the folder? Come to me.
Where are you, folder?
Oh, I think it's this one.
You got it.
Got it.
Can I just say, I'm delighted that you chose the one that I suggested, because Johnny just said in my ear, Sarah normally does that. She'll go, which one do you think? And I'll choose, and then she always goes with the other one. Always.
So I need to emboss, so that's pushing in. There we go. So that's going in there. And then I'm going to just run that through our machine now.
Michelle says, Leanne, does creatively putting my laundry in the wash and dishes in the dishwasher counts? I do a dance whilst I whistle. Whilst I work. No. Not even if the dance is really creative and fun? No. No, it doesn't count.
It still involves housework.
Yes, and housework is no fun.
It's no fun and
all.
not at all creative. Okay, so I've embossed that, and you'll might be able to see it, but we're going to make it pop. So I'm going to use the crushed velvet this time, and I've got my dauber. And then I'm just going to, over the top, I'm kissing it. I'm not pushing a lot of, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on there. But what we're doing is we're just picking out the embossed detail over the top of that watercoloured piece. So you can see that starting to come to the fore now. Now, if your background is a little bit lighter, then that is more obvious.
Oh, yes.
So it just depends on the look and feel that you want to create, whether you want to do it you know, dark and more intense, or
Yeah.
whether you want to do it a little bit lighter, it's entirely up to you. And then just simply because I'm absolutely loving the gilding at the moment.
You are.
I think we're going to go a little bit gold with, should I go antique
Ooh,
gold?
antique gold, go on. Get in there.
Should I do it?
Do it. Do it.
Ooh, look at that. Okay, tiny bit, tiny bit. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that. I'm very happy with that, I have to say.
I've got to say, like, the way that that's framed, look at the centre. I mean, it's almost like a...
It's like a galaxy far, far away.
It is just like, it's amazing that what you've created there. I absolutely love that. It's so beautiful. Like you said, each and every time you create a background like that, it's going to be different, isn't it?
It's going to be different every single time.
Mm.
So there we go, there's that one. And then here's the one that I did earlier. So that can have a little bit of the galaxy far, far away as well.
I can hear them singing Star Wars in me here now. You're into... Oh, you're not... You are into Star Wars, Leann, aren't you?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I had a Lego Millennium Falcon.
Did you?
Well, I'm saying I did. My brother did. I stole it.
How long did it take to put that together?
It took all of Christmas Day and all of Boxing Day.
Wow.
To build it.
And you stole it?
Yeah, I kept it because he couldn't be bothered. He was just like, will you build that for us, Leann? Lazy. He wanted all of the accolade, none of the effort.
Oh.
I said, yeah, if you give it to us. And so, yeah, I took his Christmas present off and built it. Right, there we go. I'm liking that. So we can just choose which one of those you want to put on the front of your card. It's entirely up to you. We can go with a really dark one, or we can go with a light one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to build my card now. I need to clean that finger, Ben. Just bear with. Have you got any comments while I do
got loads
that?
of comments. Loving the background with the embossing, says Beverly. I will go into my craft room, says Anne, to tidy up. And before I know it, I'll be crafting away for a couple of hours. Oh, like a surprise bit of crafting that sort of, sneaks up on you. I do that sometimes. You know, when you sort of, I don't know, go away and do some chores and then end up in the spare room doing, something creative.
Yes.
It's nice, isn't it, when you can get off doing chores.
Now, I'm interested to know, do we want to keep that one?
Yes.
I like that one.
I do.
And then, or that.
Keep that one there as a spare in your hand.
As a spare,
yeah.
okay.
For
Because
another
I think that
project.
one with that in the middle looks lovely.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to do that. I don't feel I can. I can't cover that up, Ben.
No.
No.
You can't.
That was going to be the plan, but I don't feel I can, so I'm going to change the plan.
Right.
We're crafting again without a parachute. So I've got a 5x7 card here, and then I've just folded the front, so you're creating your easel. I've got my extra piece of card which is going to get stuck on there to create my easel. So I'm just going to use the tape pen for speed.
Just a quick question as well. I don't know who it's come from, but it's come up on my screen saying, if you've got your gilding wax and for whatever reason it dries out, is there a way of saving it?
This gilding wax will never dry out.
Right.
So this Pebeo gilding wax, I've had it for you. I mean, don't leave the lid off, but you would just take the surface off and underneath it'll be perfectly new.
Right.
The gilding waxes you're talking about are the water-based gilding waxes. And you can try and put a little bit of hot water in and try and mix it up again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But these Pebeo ones, you will never have that issue.
Amazing.
Because they're not water-based.
Right. Good news.
Okay, so I've got my easel card ready. So I'm going to stick my base on. I'm going to change it up a bit, Ben, because I really do like that, like you said, that little galaxy piece. So this is the bottom of my easel card. I've done some matting. I've done matting and layering.
Okay.
With another watercoloured piece, and then some white card and some of that lovely fuchsia glitter card. For the top, we're going to put this on again, matted and laid with white and fuchsia glitter. So I'm just going to use tape pen for speed. That's going on the top. And I do not want to cover that up because I really like it.
Me too.
So I'm going to use this hello bit as the stopper.
Nice.
For the easel instead. So that's going to go here. I put a couple of foam pads on the bottom. And always use your wet glue There we go. There we are. And then we've got that there. And I think incredible. I'm just going to have, to frame that, I'm just going to put my bow at the top of it.
Why not?
Because that highlights that little galaxy piece, which we're really quite liking. So, bit of 3D glue gel, pop that on the top, which frames that so it almost makes a medallion out of the piece of artwork you've done with the ink itself. And so you see how that looks as opposed to how that looks. See, exactly the same technique, exactly the same colours, two entirely different creations. And that's going to be what you're able to do at home. You're just going to be able to do so many, many, many different things. You're never going to be stuck for creativity, and everything you do is going to look different. So you're going to have all of the fun with them, really, you are.
Absolutely you will, and I'm just looking across, and you'll see it for yourself in just a bit, because we'll do all the votes shortly, but all of the different cards that Leann has made today, I just think showcases the kind of things you're going to be able to create with this collection. So super versatile. And that's another great point in the fact that you've seen lots of different ways to be able to use this collection today. But then you think about all of the different cardstock that you'll have at home, all of the different papers that you'll have at home, all of the different inks that you'll have at home, the different ways to be able to create your backgrounds. I mean, the possibilities with a collection like this are simply endless. It is just so craftable. And I'm going to give you time to check out in just a few moments time, but I just want you to again realize the value for money that you're getting here. If you've not yet picked this up, I'll say it again, I said it earlier, I think it's the most versatile and craftable set that we've had this year. Certainly one of my favourite launches. You've got the embossing folders in each set, and then all of those nesting dies which sit perfectly inside your embossing folders as well. So you've got the diamonds, you've got the beautiful rectangle in there as well. Then you get the square, and lastly is the gorgeous oval. So all of that is included. If you want to buy just the launch on its own, you can. However, let me point you in what George is showing you now. This is the showstopper. So those are the 4 collections that I've just shown you. You get those included, and then for an extra £5 or $5, you get all of these goodies as well. So you're going to get the blending tool. The round blending tool comes with a replacement head as well. You've got the gilding flake kit from the Vintage Butterflies collection. And then we're going to give you one of our ink pads too. That is the water reactive ink pad in the smoke plume. If you were to buy that individually, that would cost you an extra £16 or $21. However, because it's in the showstopper, we're saying an extra $5, and that's yours as well. So £40.96 or $51.62 is what you're paying. You should be paying this price here. If you're platinum, comes down again for you to $32.77 or $41.30. Lots of love for that last card. Pretty, 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 says Mo. Love the purple. Fabulous inspiration, says Mary Pat. Anne says, I love how wonderful the colours are blending with that card. And Roseanne Carbone says, such a beautiful card, Leann. I love the colours. We're going to take a short break, all right? During this break, I want you to check out your baskets. If you've got this in there, over 60% of the stock has gone. Lots of full baskets. If you've got those Fiver Friday deals in there as well, those need to be checked out too, because lots of those I know have been busy, even more than already were, will sell out. So head to the checkouts. Whilst you're doing that, some light musical entertainment. See if your town, village or city is mentioned in this crafty bit. Lyrics by Ben Moseby, music by, I don't know, was it actually a Johnny Cash song? I wonder if he did actually.
I don't know if it was.
I think, you know what, I think I've made a bit of it. I think it was Hank Snow that did it first. But anyway, it's We Craft Everywhere. See if you can sing along.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. We might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Weldon, Marshall, Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinho, Avon, Freeport, Mableton, San Jose, Enumclaw, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheepshead Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwood, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Temple Hills and Bentley, Tampa, Pillar, Tucum, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Elsmore, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Method, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fintana. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Broward, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Ramble City. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrook, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Lafayette, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Glover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenholm, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Sawston, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Yeehaw. We were enjoying that. Leann like that because you're a big country fan, aren't you?
I'm a big country fan. I really do love everything country. And before I leave this mortal coil, Ben, I need to go to Nashville, wear a Stetson and cowboy boots, and sit in a bar, drinking bourbon and listening to live country music. I do need to do that.
Yeah. Maybe, if anyone from Nashville, you can help that, dream become a reality. Maybe I could come out there as well with me cowboy hat on, and then you'd be in the bar drinking your bourbon in your Stetson and your boots, and I'll be there. We craft everywhere, man.
Hey, I think we'll take the place by storm, Ben.
Wow, can you imagine? Maybe one day. Thank you, Ben, for mentioning Malden, says Roseanne. Love the song. Like your new song, says Linda. Thank you, everybody. And Janine saying, nothing like some Johnny Cash on a Friday. And that was nothing like Johnny Cash. But no, I'm only joking. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for that. Glad you enjoy it, just for a bit of fun. And Sarah says, thank you for including me. Yes, Sarah. Right, let's get on. We've got one final demo to show you. I can't believe where the day's gone. 25 minutes to go. So hopefully you know what you're getting by now. If it's more inspiration you're after, let's get one more demo fired over to you, and then it will be checkout time, vote time, and then we'll be done for your Friday. We'll be done and dusted. So what else can you show us, Leann, with this amazing collection?
So I thought we'd have a look at how to make a little shaker card centre.
Oh, yes.
Because I thought that would be nice. So I've already, because you've seen me do it before, I've already cut the piece of white cardstock and run it through the embossing folder. I don't think you need to see it go through the machine again. We're going to focus on the little shaker centerpiece.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ink this up, and I'm using Ocean Blue to ink it up. So exactly as you've seen me do up to now, just take your ink and ink up your piece. Just take your time to build up that colour. You can see it really does take to the raised areas very, very well. And because we're making a shaker card, I did not need to cut the aperture for this one.
Okay.
So I just cut the piece of 6x4 card, run it through, and I'm good to go on this one. So build up your colour as we go around, and then I'm going to take my silver gilding wax because I'm loving it. It's back in stock, so why not?
You are on the gilding wax trail today, aren't you?
I am.
They're,
I've really enjoyed using it. It's been a while since I've done a lot of gilding, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it actually.
They're on this show. I mean, if you shop this day, you'll see them, but they're on the launch day page. Get all the gilding waxes actually with a 25% discount. Really great price, $8.99. That's before your Club Inspired discount as well. So grab those if you've never tried them. Give them a go today because you'll absolutely love them. And as you've seen, a little goes a very long way. One of those pots will last you, well, months, possibly years.
Honestly, years. I've had mine 9 years.
9 years?
Honestly, Ben, I've had like from when we first brought them to Crafters, I've still got them.
That's incredible.
So yeah, they really do. They're an investment, but they're a great investment. They really are.
Yeah.
So I haven't bothered prettying up the centre where I've got a few lines because I'm going to cover that up with my shaker bit. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to blend that out nice and smooth. And I think that's a nice thing for you to see, because if you're going to cover something up, don't worry about it, just leave it. It doesn't matter. So a little bit of the silver gilding wax, and it's off on my mat again. So you see what I do is I take it on my finger and then I pat it off onto the mat, which leaves a tiny little bit on my finger, and that's where I then go and rub this on, just very, very gently. Pick a tiny bit up more, kiss it over the top. No, excuse me. So I'm hardly touching. A little bit of gilding all the way around, and you'll get that lovely little shine and shimmer in the background.
Beautiful.
There we go. There we go.
Lovely.
Okay, so a little bit of gilding on there. It does make it really pop, doesn't it?
It does.
And then if I just move that for you, you see you've got that lovely subtle shimmer and shine in there. It really is lovely. I'm just going to get a little wipe to get the gilding wax off of my finger so that it doesn't get in the way when I'm doing the next bit. Okay, so that's ready now to be stuck on front of the card on some matting and layering. And I've already done that piece for you.
Yeah.
So you can see that here. It's very similar, and you can leave the centre white or not. It doesn't matter. You're going to cover that up.
Yeah.
So you can just choose what you want to do. We'll come back to that in a second. Now, to make your shaker piece, what you're going to do is take the dies that come in the set, and you're going to use the largest outside one, and then not the next one, but the next one down. So the middle one. And that will cut you the perfect frame.
Yes.
So you can see I've got I'm just going to take this one off and show you. See, that would have cut it too close.
Yes, got you.
So you miss one out and do the next one, and that gives you a perfect frame for your shaker. And then with the large die, cut a piece of acetate, which I've done here. So that's a piece of acetate, and then I've just lined that with foam on a roll. Okay? Not doing it? Okay.
No, I am.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Foam on a roll. Is that the one you want? Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll. Hey, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
Hey!
You prefer the other one, don't you?
Which one's the other one?
Foam on a roll.
Oh, yes, that's my favourite. Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll.
Animal, my favourite Muppet. Honestly, I love him.
He was the drummer, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Because he had hair like me. Right, so I've also done with my larger die. Animal, honestly, it was fantastic. Him and Beaker. I love Beaker. So with a piece of white card, I've used the large die as well, and then I've just done a little bit of the pale blue ink in the centre. That's going to create the back of my shaker card. and then I've got my frame which will go over the top. So first things first now, I need to put my shakers into the acetate. Now there's one of two ways you can do this.
Yeah.
And it really does, I'm going to show you this way instead.
Make a pile.
You can make a pile on your piece of cardstock.
Yeah.
Or you can make a pile in the acetate.
Right.
So you can, and then put the piece of cardstock on top. However you sandwich it, doesn't really matter, as long as it ends up sandwiched.
That's it. And you don't get bits stuck on your
And
foam.
you don't get bits stuck on your foam. Really important, you don't get bits stuck on your foam. Now, I used sequins in this one, but actually I've got some of this really lovely chunky glitter.
Oh, yes. That's from...
and this is from Sarah's
Enchanted Dreams.
Yeah, oh, I've stuck it to there. And I really like it, so I'm going to pop that. I'm going to do this one instead. See the difference. So pop that on in there, and then my piece of cardstock gets hovered over the top and put on. I find that easier.
Maybe a bit easier,
Yeah.
I think.
I find that a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because I've made my little sandwich now, and I'm good. And then all I need to do is put my little bit of glue around the outside of my frame. I'm going to use, well actually, do you know, I would use tacky and leave it to dry, but for speed, I'm just going to tape pen it. And of course, I always say this, if you're using a Crafter's Companion tape pen, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
If you're not, wet glue. So I've got my little frame, and that now goes over the top to hide all the workings.
Lovely.
There we go. So I've got my little shakes inside.
Perfect.
Which one do we like best?
Maybe left.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you. So I've got a little bit of foam just sticking out there and a little bit sticking out there. So if you don't get it quite lined up, isn't going to stop your shaker working. Just go around with your scissors and trim.
Yep.
And then you're good to go.
Okay.
So I'm going to assemble the card now.
Right.
So I've got my card front.
Yep.
And then I've got a lovely piece for matting and layering, and I've got my embossed piece that I've just done.
Perfect.
And inked up.
Can I ask you a couple of questions whilst you're
Please do.
making? Tammy wants to know, she says, Ben, could you ask Leanne, are there plans for new colours for flower forming foam? Do you know off the top of your head?
I can't think of a range where we've put it in. I don't think we've got any planned in, Ben.
Okay.
I don't think we have.
That's right. I went very high there, didn't I? And Terry says she's organising her last haul. Question for Leanne. Hang on, you sent in what's the question? Oh, basically, best way to store outline markers.
Oh, horizontal.
Right.
In some pen storage. Always markers, always horizontal.
All
never-
markers?
All markers. The end.
The end.
Yeah.
End of story. And I've got you a trip to Nashville if you want it as well.
Ooh!
Kim Martin says, I live not too far from Nashville. You can come visit and I'll show you around, says Kim.
Oh, Kim,
Yeah.
thank you.
We all want to come now, though. The guys in the
Okay.
gallery, Johnny and Georgia, can we
And
come?
I will do a one-to-one craft class in repayment.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
That would be great. I think I'll come. We'll all go with you, and we'll come out
Yes.
and we'll do some crafting, sing a few
We'll
tunes.
go on a little tour.
Yeah, the guys in the gallery said they'll film it. It's like when
Great.
Westlife went out to Nashville, didn't they?
Did they?
They did. There was a TV show.
Really?
Yeah, I was told there was a few bands that did it, and they took like Westlife definitely did it. And I want to say that Boyzone went out there as well, and they basically took them out there and made them perform their sort of boy band songs to like a Nashville crowd.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you remember
yes,
that?
yes.
And then they ended up teaching them sort of country, and they kind of
Yes.
rejigged their set.
Yes,
can't
I
remember what it
remember
was
that.
called, but it was very good.
It was good, actually.
Very good.
So I've just got a couple of little die-cut snowflakes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let the shaker do the talking.
Yeah.
So you've got them. I actually think they're a little bit nicer than the sequins I used.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I've got the little shakers in there. I've done a little sentiment on the bottom, kept it nice and simple. So a piece of some plain inking. You've got your sentiment. You've got your little shakers in the centre there. So you can make, with all of the folders and dies, lovely little shaker panels. And of course, if you wanted to put an image on there, you can. If you wanted to put an image around the outside, you can. It's just whatever you want,
Yeah.
Ben. The thing is with these, you would think for something, I mean, it's a simple concept. Let's not make any bones about it. But sometimes, you know, I think it's the simple concepts which give us the most creativity and the most versatility, because you can do a lot or you can do a little, and you'll get things that look really quite pretty at the end of it.
Absolutely brilliant. We're going to get all of the makes from this show lined up and get the vote going in just a second, and then you'll get to vote on your demo of the day as well. Let us know what you've thought of the demo so far. Dana just saying, I love your hair, Leanne. I don't know why you're silly about it. It's luscious. It's luscious hair.
Thank you. I mean, I have been embracing the curls more
love the curls.
over the last, well, 3 years it's taken me to do it. Before that, it was a bit frizzy. It was a bit mad. But over the last 3 years, I have been taking really good care of it and embracing the curls, and they're better than they've ever been before. So thank you very much.
I just remember, do you remember when as a kid and your parents used to tell you to like eat your crusts and you get curly hair? I always used to remember that was the thing, and I always wanted curly hair when I was a kid, but obviously didn't eat my crusts, so there we go. You obviously had a lot.
I had a lot of crusts.
Yeah. Can we get voted on your card then? Line them all up for us, Leanne, and let's have a look what you've made.
So we've done 4. So we've got number 1 was the traditional way they've been designed, where we've got your Sistine Chapel, gilding and inking, and then that lovely aperture sentiment. Number 2 was the with the masquerade papers and the diorama card.
Yep.
Number 3 was, where's the other one gone? We like the one with the galaxy inside, didn't we?
Yeah, where'd that one go?
Yeah, here it is here. Number 3 was in a galaxy far, far away, and number 4 is Shaker.
Right, 1, 2, 3 or 4. You got about 3 minutes to get your vote in on that one. Beautiful card, says Beverly Bryant. So difficult to choose. Well, you're going to have to make a decision. And Philip says, ask her nicely. I bet Sarah would try to organise a world tour. Well, do you know what? You know, if the Sarah tour, you know, takes off again this year, maybe we might end up making it into a bit of a crafty / musical extravaganza with extra, you know, cast members now as well.
I'll sweep the floor, Ben.
No,
make food.
No, you're going to be part of the. You're going to be.
Am I?
Yeah, you're going to be in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely.
Thank you.
100%. If we're doing America, you know, I think we should all go. Do like a full-on variety entertainment / craft extravaganza. Because if you're going to go to America, you've got to make it bigger and better, haven't you?
Absolutely, have. I'll do some line dancing.
Why could I imagine you doing some line dancing?
I love a bit of line dancing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you know the one we used to do at the holiday parks? We used to do a load of them, but the one that sticks in my mind was this line dance to the Mavericks and Dance the Night Away. I think it was called the Electric Slide or something.
Oh, I don't know the names. I like a bare two-step.
Okay, two-step. There was loads of grapevines and what are they called? The box.
I've no idea what they're called. I just copy what I see on the telly.
And it was loads of I'm kicking my legs, and then you go and then you do a. What was it called when you make a little box with your feet like that?
Yes, I don't know what it's called. Making a box with your feet.
But anyway.
Actually, but on a serious note, if anybody up this neck of the woods knows of any line dancing classes local, I would love to go to a line dancing class.
There must be line dancing.
Because I just copy on the tube of views. I just copy on the YouTubes, and I would love to go to a proper class and be taught line dancing.
If I'd have known you 15 years ago when I used to be on the holiday parks, every night we used to do line dancing from about 7:15 till 7:45 before like the bingo and that started.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you know I would have been living my best life, Ben?
Yeah, I was there in my blue coat. Well, 1 year it was red, then it was blue, doing the line dancing.
Denim skirt.
Yeah.
Suede jacket with tassels.
Yes.
Stetson.
Yeah.
Cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots.
I needed my life.
Ah, yeah. Yeehaw. Ink pads. From line dancing to ink pads. Let's show you the bundles that we've got here. So 10 different colours in each of the bundles. You've got the opaque pigment ink pads. So these are part of the Love to Craft event. As you can see by the yellow box on your screen, 15% you're saving, less another 15%, less your Club Inspired discount if you're platinum. What was a £60, almost $90 bundle is now $36.66 or $55.02. So your opaque pigment ink pads, perfect for your blending and your heat embossing, of course, as well. You've got the parakeet, you've got fuchsia, green topaz, Crushed Velvet, Straw Bale, Back to the Fuchsia, Oasis, Sandstorm, Pumice.
I've just realised why George keeps saying mad for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's taken me all day. I mean, he's just every single show, and I just don't know why. I was like, what is George on about? And I have just now realised.
It's his funny little joke thing that he does.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
It's very funny, actually, George. Very funny.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't. Who did I say? Used to say it? I think I might have done it. It was Johnny. But anyway, every time I say Oasis, for those of you, obviously you can't hear because he's in my ear. George goes mad for it because Oasis was the band, of course, and that was one of the things they used to say, mad for it. So he says it every time. Like every time I have the Fuchsia, I always have to go back to the Fuchsia. It was funny the first 500 times. I still find it funny though, and I just keep doing it. You also got the Chinese red in there as well, which is gorgeous. That is 3666 platinum, 5502. I'll show you the other ink pads in just a second, but I've got a result on the demo of the show. Michelle says, Leanne, you need to learn the boot scootin' boogie. Boot scootin' boogie, yeehaw! Oh, Sarah Brown, Achy Breaky Heart, Billy Ray Cyrus, love that video.
Love that. My achy breaky heart, I love it.
I just don't think you
understand.
But if you break my heart.
I quite like Miley as well.
She's not really, she wasn't.
A few things she does, like that Wild Country Rose she does with whose name I can't remember, it'll come back to me. That was very country. She can. And
Yeah.
she does a lot with Dolly, who's our godmother. Imagine that, having Dolly Parton as your godmother.
That would be pretty awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Love Dolly.
I love Dolly.
Love that one that she did with Kenny.
Islands in the Stream.
I've met Kenny Rogers as well.
Have you?
What? No, I'd loved a bit of Kenny Rogers. Did you think I said I'd met Kenny Rogers?
Yes.
Oh no, I haven't met him. He was great though. You gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold them. Number 3 is the crafty.
Number 3 was the Galaxy.
Oh, nice.
Galaxy.
Demo of the day. Oh, this is going to be a toughie. This will be a toughie. So, number 1 is that beautiful card from Wake Up Call. Oh, Wake Up Call, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wake Up Call this morning using our brand new 3D embossing folders and dies. That dome card is 1. 2, look at this absolute beaut from Masterclass. All those amazing techniques using that monarch butterfly from the butterfly collection. So that's 2. Or 3 is the one that you've just voted for. That is a tough vote. 3, 2, 1. George is going 2. Johnny's gone 1. I best go 3 then. I probably would have said 2 as well, George.
Yeah.
But, you know, poor, that is a stellar lineup, seriously. Right, just have a quick look at these ink pads, and by the time we've done this, you've got about 2 minutes to get your vote in there. Ink pads, quick dries. So again, same deal here in the fact that you get discount, and then discount. 3666 or 5502 for your quick dries. So, pink tulip. That stunning orange. There's some lovely colours in here. Lemon tonic, we absolutely love.
That's my favourite.
Yeah, crushed velvet.
My favourite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lagoon.
My favourite.
Twilight grey.
I can take or leave that one.
Okay.
But it's very good for monotone
Yes.
and for adding a bit of a vignette.
I thought you said for adding to your vinaigrette. I just had to realise what you said. Adding for a vignette, not vinaigrette. Pine tree.
That's the best green, in my opinion.
Get ready. Oasis.
Mad for it.
Honey pot is gorgeous. That's on a par with your lemon tonic, I think.
Oh, nice honey pot. I like that.
And then the baby blue.
Nice. Do you know what the baby blue's great for? Just taking the edge off white card. Lovely.
All 10 of those for 3666, 5502. And then last but by no means least, your water reactives. We've got a result. That was quick. Anthracite, I think lots of you voted for the same one. In fact, it was a landslide, I'm just seeing. Smoked pearl, parakeet, grasshopper. I've never seen that colour before, the spar blue.
Oh, spar blue is such a usable colour. A bit like the baby blue. It just takes the colour off of a white card.
Yeah.
It's classy.
Crushed velvet.
I love it.
Twilight grey.
Nice.
Sandstorm.
Brilliant for aging and antiquing.
Pumice.
Fantastic for antiquing.
And seal brown.
The best to antique with.
There you go. 10%, 15%, 20% if you're platinum. 36, 66, 5502. What a day. It was. Oh, good job I saw that. No, tablet's given up. Laptop's died. Winner by a landslide. Two.
Oh,
Boom.
2, the butterfly.
Yes. Stunning. That will go up onto the Crafty Walk of Fame, and you could be voting for that on Sunday. What I would say, you know, without sort of fishing for votes, Leann hasn't got any stars up at the minute, and I think that is very deserving of one. And you know, the other guys have done some amazing cards, but they're probably in a little bit more often than Leann is. So, you know, today, think about your vote Sunday, who you're going to vote for, and think about how much fun and joy she's brought to you today on all of these shows.
Thank you, Ben.
Vote for wherever you want.
Oh, thank you.
When are you back?
Oh, well, there you go. I'm presenting on the 20th with Craig.
Oh, it's because I'm on my holidays.
Oh, you're on your holidays. I'm looking after things over that side for you
Thank
while
you.
you're on your holidays. I'm having another holiday. How many holidays does he have?
I've not been on holiday this year.
I'm only pulling your leg. So yeah, back on the 20th presenting.
That makes me feel happy that I know that you're this side looking after the things the presentery side, you know? Moss and Sisal. Yeah.
Tea.
Thank you to Leann. It's Michelle and Debbie tomorrow, continuing our Love to Craft event. And then Play Your Crafts Right tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Don't forget, always a good giggle for a Saturday morning. And then Debbie and Corinne on Sunday, wrapping up and rounding off your Love to Craft event. If you've missed any of the deals, of course, Second Chance Sunday, always a good one to join us for. Massive thank you to Leann. Thank you to Chloe tonight on the socials. Also, I think Rebecca's been on today, I think. And Susie and Rachel. I thank them all. They're all marvellous. Thank you also to Tracy and to Johnny and George. I will be back with you on Monday, but make sure you're with us tomorrow for more fun and frolics. Until then, check out your baskets. Don't forget to do that. And bye for now.